Most people totally underestimate how traumatized they are. Most people, I think, underestimate how traumatized they are to such a degree that they don't even realize that they're traumatized at all. They think they're fine, and it's just not the case. I think most people are incredibly traumatized. Now, of course, in our society, the conception of a traumatized person is someone who's gone through the most utterly, unbelievably horrible experiences. For instance, someone whose family was murdered in Rwanda, or someone who was raped, or someone who was terribly sexually abused as a child, or violently beaten up or mugged many times. These are the traumatized people. But in reality, yes, these are the traumatized people, but these are the top extreme 1% of traumatized people. The other 99% of humanity remains incredibly traumatized. It's easy to underestimate how traumatized people are. They seem so healthy, but the reality is the norm is so incredibly unhealthy that if you look at life from the perspective of the norm, it all seems okay because it's normal. One thing that I've experienced as the result of my self-therapeutic process is that more and more I side with the child within me. I don't look at life from the perspective of the norm, and especially I don't look at life from the perspective of the norm being healthy. I look at life through the eyes of the child that I was and the needs of that little child, and also from the massive neglect that that little child suffered. Now, I know many people still who knew me when I was a child, who knew my parents and knew my family, and can't understand when I say I was traumatized. It doesn't make sense to them because it seemed like I had such a nice, wonderful, beautiful childhood. Loving mother, loving father, two-parent household, stability, parents with enough money to pay for all the things I needed, a good school, got good grades, had nice friends. But that's the surface view. From the view of the emotional needs of my inner child, there was massive deprivation. There was massive wounding. I wasn't really getting my deep emotional needs met. And that was traumatizing to me. And what I've come to realize in looking at the world and looking at other people from the perspective of the child's needs, that I am not alone in that.